how can we engage with the stress in our lives with more wisdom and grace instead of just our habitual kind of reflexive way of reacting? And how does just sitting quietly with our thoughts and breathing help? Okay, so we're going to talk about kind of some of the key attitudes that attend mindfulness. First of all, kind of the myths. Mindfulness is not blissing out. It's not achieving some altered state. It's not an escape. It's not a religion. And it's not inherently mystical or spiritual. Okay, they're a set of practices that have now, years later, there's a lot of scientific evidence that these mindfulness practices work. Okay, so it's not religion, it's not miraculous, it's actually science. Okay, mindfulness is not self-improvement, it's not striving, and it's not trying to fix your bad self. This really speaks to our culture as lawyers. Okay, and whoever this guy is, Anthony D'Angelo, who said, become addicted to constant and never-ending self-improvement, it's like I want to shoot that guy. Okay, because this is not what we need. If I could only be better, do more, if I could just fix my bad self, everything would be okay, right? So these are not attitudes that we bring, to mindfulness, and they're not really helpful. Okay. So mindfulness is, again, this definition that we started with, this moment by moment awareness of our thoughts and feelings, our bodily sensations through a gentle, nurturing lens. Okay. There's a quote from Carl Jung. He says, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. So what we're doing in this is becoming mindful, becoming aware and wise about the ways that stress affects us and the ways that we can manage it through these practices. Okay, and that allows us to slow down. Okay, and so there's two parts of this. There's this awareness part, and then there's this gentle nurturing lens. And that's kind of the compassion, having self-compassion and compassion for others. And I love this slide, come hang out. This is your mind, okay? And so be comfortable with it, all right? So it involves this acceptance that this is the human reality of our lives. We're not weird, okay? We're just having normal human reactions to stress. And we pay attention to this, but we don't judge it and put, I'm the big bad loser because, this is hard sometimes. So how do we practice mindfulness? There's some formal mindfulness practices. The primary one is called meditation. And almost all of these types of formal meditation practice involve techniques for developing awareness and compassion. And then there's some informal mindfulness practices that, besides the time that you may spend being quiet and centering, that there's ways that we can incorporate this into our practice. Okay. And we'll talk about both of those things. So how does meditation work? These are kind of basic steps of mindfulness meditation. We get in a comfortable posture. We choose an anchor to focus our attention, and a lot of that is in breathing, but there's other ways you can pay attention to the sounds around you. But the breathing is a good one because it brings you into your body, okay? And you're present with your body. And as I said at the beginning, we lawyers, we live up in our heads and we spend so much time there, right? That we get disconnected from our bodies. And then as we're breathing and gently just paying attention to our breathing, it's natural that you're going to begin to think about things. You're going to think about the case you're working on, right? Or the problem you're having with your kids. And as you do that, you just label that thinking, and you just go thinking, and you just return back to your breathing. So this gentle return to the focus, to your breath, is really the key. This is the secret sauce.